Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Clangin and Bang with Mikey, episode 102. And today we're gonna talk about stepping outside your comfort zone. And just doing things that not that you normally wouldn't do, but it's like that you're giving more energy towards. And also to quick side note, I actually have a podcast interview with one of the channels that I know Hodge built. I know him personally, and so we're gonna discuss a whole different range of things and topics and whatnot. And I don't know when it's gonna be, but it's gonna be sometime soon, probably the next couple weeks. And so that's definitely gonna help my channel grow, and it's gonna help me, not become more known, but just overall collaborating with people. So if you keep working on something, you won't get it. Anyway, stepping outside your comfort zone, man. I for one, I'm social, but I'm not out I'm introverted, but I'm an extrovert at the same time. Takes me a while to warm up to people. And I think in the past when I was younger, high school, college years, I would always be like, oh no, I don't want to do that, this and this and that. And the older I get, the more I find myself saying like, yo, instead of saying no to some shit, think about it and say that it might be a good time. Last night I had gone out and I was supposed to meet a couple friends where I was going, and they ended up not coming, which is fine, whatever. People get busy, people fall asleep, whatever it is, right? And I had actually ran into one of my good college friends, and I haven't seen it since we graduated. So this is like, yeah, almost 7-8 years have gone by, and so like we were just chopping it up and talking, and she's she got married, and I met the husband too last night because they was out with a couple of their friends, and I was just by myself chilling, and so I ended up just talking with them, just making stories with them, and it was interesting, man, because like most of the time on the weekends, like I'm just so physically and mentally burnt out from the week that I just don't do anything. And not that I had to force myself to do anything like that, but I told myself like, yo, like let's go out. Like there's no point for me to to work all week, Monday through Friday, and not go out to do something at least on the weekends. And that could be either simply just going to the movies, or even last night going out, and physically meeting new people. And I think that's, for me that's great because I am social, but I do have a tendency to kind of just like hang back and just chill. I'm one of them dudes, like they call it a butterfly on the wall. That's me, you know. But yeah, man. I think stepping outside your comfort zone is like in so many different ways. Can definitely help you, become better, get better, and understand other people as well. And to be honest with you, man, life is too short, bro. Life is way too short. And and I think once you step outside your comfort zone and once you realize that, like, yo, okay, like everything that you're doing, everything that you're going through, it's you know, it's not a bad thing. It's it's just a thing, and it is what it is, right? So at the end of the day, and I don't care what it is, whether it's a brand new job, whether it's relocating to a different state, whether it's simply doing something like my music, which is right here open, you know what I mean? So and speaking about that, music in general, I am still working on a live album. It's been about a year that I was supposed to release this project, and I just, and for the life of me, I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm so apprehensive of what my sound is going to be like, or whatever it is. I feel like I'm not ready, and I had to tell myself, like, look, man, just release this shit. And if people vibe with your shit, people gonna vibe with it. Like, stop thinking that it's got to be perfect. Stop thinking that it's got to be like, it's got to sound a certain way. Just, if you got something that you want to get out to the world and your gift, and that's your gift, then fucking use it. And as confident as I am, there are days or weeks where I'd be like, oh, damn, man, I don't know about this, you know, and then doubt starts creeping in, you know. But the one thing I stopped doing, I stopped going to people who didn't have the same, you know, the same drive or the same passion I did. Because what I've been finding out is that a lot of people will talk you out of your goals simply because they can't see themselves doing it. Sim- Something as simple as competitive. I mean, not simple, but something as, you know, such as competitive bodybuilding. Like a lot of people um, told me when I started this journey, or this competitive bodybuilding journey 4 years ago, and oh yeah, they're like, oh yeah, you know, well, like you're not gonna lose all that weight, this and this and that. I'm like, and when I did it, they're like, oh shit, you did, you know what I mean? Cause I was about 190, and I knew something was wrong with me, and I didn't want to admit it, and I was um, I was in the bathroom, you know, one day, and I had my shirt off, and I remember looking at myself in the mirror, 190 pounds, and I'm like, I don't like myself. And when I say I didn't like myself, it's not that I wanted to hurt myself or anything like that, because I didn't. I didn't like how I looked. I didn't like, you know, how I felt. I didn't like then walking upstairs and being out of breath type of shit. I didn't like none of that. And it started with something simply as writing down my workouts every day. I still have the notebook. It's somewhere around here. Where I would write down my workouts Monday. I think I was working out like 6, 7 days a week, and I write down my workouts, and I'll write down my weight. I would write down the cardio that I was doing and everything too, which I should probably do it. Which I should probably make a spreadsheet about that for the upcoming prep. But yeah, man. I think at the end of the day, you got to get tired of your own shit in order to change. And I made a point to myself, and no, actually it was November of, I'm gonna say November of 2017. Yeah, 2017. And November of 2017, I contacted, and I spoke about this before. I contacted a coach that I knew, you know, one of the first guys who I met in the gym at 18 years old, you know, 19 years old, and he taught me pretty much everything I I knew up until that point about bodybuilding. And then he taught me about nutrition, and he taught me about, like, hey, you know, well, there's different types of blood tests that you can take to find out, you know, what your body's allergic to, or that kind of stuff and everything too. Yeah. Um, and he taught me so much about nutrition, and what we did, because I had to lose so much body fat, because like I said, I was 190 pounds, and I wasn't obese, but I was on the way to becoming obese. You know, I remember having to buy, usually my waist is about 30, 31. I remember having to buy a 33, 34, and I'm like, yeah, okay, this isn't right. And I remember like having to buy bigger size t-shirts simply because, you know, the shirts I had wouldn't fit because I was too fat. And a lot of people say, yeah, man, hey, you know, well, like, you know, they would say, like, hey, you know, well, like, you're not fat, this and this and that. Like, no, I was. And it took, you know, me staring in my bathroom mirror, you know, in 2017 and realizing that, yo, what you're doing isn't, you know, isn't conducive. What you're doing isn't healthy. What you're doing is slowly killing yourself, right? And once I saw the results, I said, yo, okay, you know, and I just fell in love with bodybuilding. I fell in love with, you know, doing the cardio, doing the sets, you know, eating the food. For the most part, like in the beginning, the food, like, you know, controlling the food and everything was really, really difficult because I was on a no carb diet and for like 3 months straight. Cause like I said, I had to lose so much body fat. And I remember texting my coach and I'm like, yo, can I have like a piece of bread or something, or some sort of carbohydrate, or a bowl of oatmeal or something, man. And he simply said like, yo, like no carbs is no carbs, just suck it up. You know what I mean? And right then and there, I told myself like, okay, yo, nobody forced you to do this. You're doing this for yourself. You knew this shit was, you knew this shit was going to be difficult. But go ahead and finish the goal. And I did. A year later, I stepped on stage. Because I started prep. Actually, I started the weight loss journey back in January of 2017. December of 2016, heading into January 2017. And a year later, I stepped on stage. April 2018, my first show. And even though I didn't win, even though I still had some major improvements to go, I knew right then and there that I was like, yo, like, this is it. Like, this is what I want to do. And the last show that I did, I was in the open, and my conditioning was, this is fast forward 2021, November of 2021. I was in the open, and I had center call-outs. And I remember I think I was like number 96. They said, number 96. They called me out first. Like, oh, fuck, man. Like, what are you talking about? I looked around like they was talking about somebody else. And so when they did all that, when I got center call-outs, and obviously, they took me out of center. They put me, on the outside, which isn't a good thing because that means they're not paying attention to you as much. And but I was like, yo, center call-outs, bro, first call-outs, nigga, this is you. This is where you belong, man. Like this is what you gotta be doing. And ever since then, man, I knew going from way back in 2017, like that I always wanted to be, doing this, because I was always in the gym. I was always playing sports. I was always doing something, right? Hey guys, sorry about that technical difficulties. But yeah, man. Ever since 2017, I knew that this is what I wanted to do, and I knew that I was gonna get it done. And yeah, man. Stepping outside your comfort zone is the best thing you can do. Stepping outside your comfort zone is something that everybody should do. And to be honest with you, if shit doesn't scare you, that means your goals ain't big enough. Like, really, man, that is about roughly 13 minutes. I gotta edit this joint, and but that you won't get back. But I appreciate you guys popping in and watching my content, and I will let you know about the podcast that we got going on, and what Hodge built. I hope y'all keeping the 4Ps, private player, positive pushing. Love y'all. See y'all next week. Goes. And always remember your worth. Know your worth. Goes.